Super Martio here. Welcome to a retro ranking on Ladies' Day. And this month's lady we're going to look at is a classical trained musician, an Olympic alpine skier who sold quite a few albums, and this is Vanessa Mae. She's born on the 27th of October and also known as Vanessa Mae Uncle Nicholson. She's a Singaporean born British violinist and has had album sales reaching several millions. To the fact that in 2006 Vanessa Mae was ranked as the wealthiest young entertainer under 30 in the UK in the Sunday Times Rich list, having an estimated fortune of £32 million. She's made a few albums and obviously they have sold very well. As I said, she is an Olympic skier, and she skied for Thailand in the 2004 Winter Olympics under the name of Vanessa Vanakorn. Didn't win a medal, but she did represent the team. Vanakorn is her father's surname. So I've got a couple of albums by her, and I've got a greatest hits album as well. And I really do enjoy listening to her. I think she's a very talented violinist. So here we have 10 of my favourite tunes that she's done. Some are poppy, some are original, lots of covers, but she sort of takes classical and pop and mixes them up into this wonderful sound. What she usually does, she takes some poppy songs and turns them into sort of classical for the violin, and then she gets classical pieces and turns them into poppy pieces. It's very, very good. So here are my top 10 favourite tunes recorded by Vanessa Mae. So coming in at number 10, this goes to 1995, and it was a single that she released in that year. Got to number 41 in the charts, and it's a tune written by Mason Williams, and it's Classical Gas, which is a great tune. It was written for the guitar, but Vanessa adapted it great for the violin. Absolutely stunning adaptation of this song, and I do really like it. I love this tune anyway. It's one of my favourite instrumentals, but I'll tell you now, it's not in my instrumentals that I'm doing with Richard on Saturday. It was in the list originally, but there's so many great ones, but I do like this tune. Okay, coming in number 9, this is from 2001, and it's on her album Subject to Change, and it's a little track called Picante. Now, what I like about this, it's got a Latino feel to it. The piano is great. It's that really nice piano that you get on a Latino. And then the combination of the little bit of drum machine and her violin, it's absolutely brilliant. Sort of mixes pop, Latino and classical all in one track. Superb piece of music. Okay, coming in number 8, we have another single. Now this was from 1995 as well. Got to number 37. It's called Red Hot. Now, what I like about this one, it takes that traditional classic string quartet, sort of going the rhythm. We put a drum beat in, that modern sort of techno drum beat, and then you get Vanessa doing the lead violin. Absolutely stunning piece of music again. The combination works. That mixture of traditional sort of the string quartet that you get at tea party type sound, and that drum beat on it, and it's done really well. Good track. Okay, coming in number 7 is a track that was released as a single in 1997 but didn't chart, and it's called Happy Valley. This goes back to her sort of Chinese Singaporean roots. It's got that lovely Far East, Oriental, Japanese, Chinese sort of clinky stuff. and I love that. It's a lovely sound. And then it goes on its tail and becomes this sort of poppy song. There's some really nice singing on this. I think this is a great track. Taking the roots and just giving it that modernisation, really strong. Pity it didn't chart because it is a great song. Okay, coming in at number 6, 1995, and this is a track off an album that I've got called The Violin Player, and it's called Tequila Mockingbird. I like this. It's got castanets on it. It's got a Spanish sort of feel to it. I think it really adds to it with her tremendous playing of the violin. Some of them real high-pitched notes that anyone else does it, you go, oh, to the ears, but she doesn't seem to. It's another fabulous track. Okay, coming in at number 5, another album that I've got from 2004 called Choreography, and it's the Havana Suite. This track reminds me so much of my trip to Cuba. Never been to Havana, but wherever you go in, you would hear this sort of music, especially in the hotel. The bands at night, they'd come and do this sort of piano, that lovely, lovely piano sound. Normally this sort of thing would be played again on a guitar or a trumpet, but what Vanessa just does it with violins, and it's wonderful. I so much like that. Wonderful. Okay, for number 4, we stay on the Choreography album, and a track called Emerald Tiger. Oh, I just love this. This could have come straight off a film soundtrack. It's got dramatic strings, and it's some of Vanessa's finest playing. I really enjoy that one. So a good track. Okay, number 3. This is a single from 1995, and it's one of her probably most successful singles, and it's her interpretation of the Toccata and Fugue in D minor. Okay, written really for church organs, and then you got the rocky version in the 80s by Sky for guitars. So you've got what Vanessa's done with this, she's got the combination of the traditional and a little bit of that Sky version and made it her own, and she plays all the lead bits on the violin, and it's a fantastic version. Really like that. Okay, coming in at number 2, we go back to The Violin Player from 1995, and this little track called Condranza. It starts off with a bit of sort of Irish sort of sound. It's got a great rocker. It got a bit of guitar in there, and then the lead bit is done by Vanessa. I just love this track. It's just fantastic. Some great riffs on this. The interplay between the guitar and the violin is so good. But my number 1 is a song released in 1997, and Vanessa played this at, I do believe, the opening ceremony of one of the Olympics. I think it was the 2014. No, it was the 2002. Winter Paralympics. She's done this in the opening ceremony, and it's a Storm, which is a cover of the Vivaldi Four Seasons Summer number 3 Presto. What a piece of music. She took this traditional piece of classical music, which is brilliant in its own right, and then put a drum beat to it, a dance sort of beat to it, and I just love what she done to this. Probably the best thing that Vanessa's ever recorded. It is absolutely electric, from this very talented violin player. So there is my top 10, but of course I have got some honourable mentions as ever. So my first honourable mention this week again comes from 2004's Choreography, and it's her version of the Sabre Dance. What a track. I mean, that won't be. We've already mentioned on the channel about Love Sculpture's version and Dave Edmunds' bit, absolutely terrific, and Vanessa does the same on the violin, takes it to a new atmosphere, a new dimension, absolutely kills it on this, absolutely brilliant version. Okay, my next one, we go back to 1991 and an album she did called Kids Classics, and it's Figaro from the Barber of Seville, another wonderful piece of classical music from the opera, and she just takes it to another level, and she has a bit of flute in there, and it really accompanies the violin of Vanessa. I do like it. Okay, my last bit is a single that she released in 1999, and it got to number 53, and it's called The Devil's Trill. Now this is written by Tartini. Once again, Vanessa takes a classical piece of music and turns it on its head and gives it a bit of modern groove, and it's just wonderful how she does it. Very, very talented. So there we go. We don't just talk about pop and rock and metal and that, we do talk about classical, and I do like classical music. It's got so much atmosphere and emotion. One of these days we must do some classical music and pick my top 10 favourite pieces of classical music. There's an idea. Anyway, that's all for today. We'll be back tomorrow, and it's marathon day, and we've been doing a little bit of pub rock lately. We've done a bit of Dr. Feelgood, we've done a bit of Nick Lowe. So tomorrow we're going to do Nick Lowe's Mate, and Rockpile, the band that they were in together. And it's, of course, Dave Edmunds. There's not much between Dave Edmunds and Nick Lowe in my books. Two great musicians and writers, both producers as well. Very talented chaps. So we'll be looking at the solo career of the wonderful Dave Edmunds tomorrow. That all leaves me to say, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.